Panel, which planet is closest to the sun? George?
Mercury.
Who was the pioneer author of Roughing It in the Bush? Heather?
Susanna Moody.
What Greek philosopher contributed to literary criticism in the Poetics? The Poetics. Tyrone?
Hesiod.
St. Lawrence area, Dundas. Heather?
Plato.
Aristotle. What leader launched in May 1958 an economic strategy entitled The Great Leap Forward? Tyrone?
Mao Zedong.
What is the capital of Czechoslovakia? Tyrone?
Prague.
Welcome to Reach for the Top, the game in which some of the area's brightest students have an opportunity to demonstrate their knowledge. 24 teams originally entered into our preliminary elimination, and 8 teams have made it to the provincial finals. Now, let's meet today's contestants. Representing St. Lawrence Downs, North Dundas District High School, with Rob Walbridge, Kevin McCarter, Natasha Harwood, and Heather Giles, their coach, Mrs. Val Gibson. And from the Niagara area, Welland Centennial Secondary School, with Heather Frapont, Chris Ramsey, Tyrone Nicholas, and George Klatsky, their coach, Gary Spence. And now, here's your quizmaster, Mark Lade.
Thank you, Jim. Welcome to today's game, first game provincial finals. Welcome, panel. Nice to have you aboard. Very important people are flanking me here. Kathy Gay, keeping track of the score. Kathy. And Paul Russell, national editor. Reach for the top.
Thank you, Mark.
Yes. As well as national editor of the School Reach Education Program.
Yes. We've had school Reach clubs from across Ontario participating in this tournament round. And we had over 150 students altogether, so these are the first 8 of 32 that are going to on camera of that tournament.
This should be a pretty good game, shouldn't it?
Well, we'll hope so. We'll see.
Okay. Fasten your seat belts. We'll be right back. Okay, we're going to get underway with some geography questions here. Slightly for the Niagara area team, 30 to 10. Let's see how we do with geography panel. What port city in the southern Crimea was the scene of a conference? Tyrone?
Sevastopol.
There was a conference of Roosevelt, Churchill, and Stalin in February. Kevin?
Potsdam.
In February 45 was the Yalta Conference. Located in a federal district in the southeast Goiás state, what city has been the administrative capital of Brazil since 1960? Kevin?
Brasilia.
What's the legislative capital of the Republic of South Africa? Tyrone?
Cape Town.
It's also the capital of Cape of Good Hope Province. All right, your ears will help you here, and you might want to wait for a question that follows as we listen to some music.
The flowers that bloom in the spring.
This well-known passage is from an operetta written by what famous partnership in the world, Tyrone?
Gilbert and Sullivan.
That's correct. The song is from which of their operettas? Natasha.
The Mikado.
For a 10-point bonus, what season of the year were they singing about? Tyrone.
Spring.
That's right, the flowers that bloom in said. All right, we're going to scramble for 10 points here. Whichever team is correct to answer, or correctly answers the 10-pointer to follow, goes on to answer the one follow in sequence. So, for 10 points, journalist Henry Stanley found which explorer? Rob? David Livingstone, correct, in 1871 in Lake Tanganyika. These questions, St. Lawrence, deal with David Livingstone. Livingstone discovered and named which waterfall in November of 1855? Kevin?
Victoria Falls.
Right.
In 1866, Livingstone led an expedition to trace the source of which African river?
The Nile.
Where was Livingstone buried in April 18th, 1870? What landmark? Kevin?
Westminster Abbey.
Right.
Hey. Questions on the Bible now, panel. Old and New Testaments of the King James Version of the Bible. Name the book of the Old Testament that begins with the letter O. Natasha. Time's up. Tyrone.
Obadiah.
What is the last book of the New Testament? Tyrone.
Revelation.
And who is its author? This question goes to the St. Lawrence area. Who's the author of Revelation?
St. John.
Doug?
Oh, no.
Not sufficient. Name the first and last books of the Old Testament. Tyrone.
Genesis and Malachi.
In the Old Testament, Canticles often used as the other name for this book. George.
Book of Psalms.
No.
St. Lawrence area. Kevin.
Proverbs.
Song of Solomon. The United Nations. What United Nations body has primary responsibility within the United Nations for maintaining peace and security? Kevin.
Security Council.
How many members does the Security Council consist of? Tyrone.
15
The Soviet Union, United Kingdom, and the United States, Tyrone?
are permanent members.
Yes, that's true. But they're all three permanent members, but we would like you to name the other two, St. Lawrence area. The other two members are permanent members.
France and China.
Decisions are made by an affirmative vote of how many members? Kevin.
2/3.
No. More specific, please.
12.
Time.
No.
Niagara area. How many members? Tyrone.
10.
9. Art. Identify the French masters. Watch the monitors for some assistance here. We'd like you to identify the French masters who painted the following works. Here's the first one. Heather.
Millet.
That's right. Jean-Francois Millet, The Gleaners. Let's have a look at the second one. Heather.
Ingres.
That's right. Odalisque. The number third. Heather.
Renoir.
No.
No. A master in 19th century, Tyrone,
Zan.
was Jean-Gustave Courbet, Les Demoiselles des Bords de la Seine. Number 4. Who painted this one? Tyrone.
Monet.
No. St. Lawrence. Dundas. Heather.
Daumier.
Time's up. André Derain, Landscape. Mathematics. Is 5,390 divisible by 7, 11, or both 7 and 11? 5,390. Tyrone.
7.
No. St. Lawrence. Kevin.
11.
Both. 7 and 11. Got this crave for a Slurpee all of a sudden. I can't understand. Anyway, if 4x minus 8 is divided by 12, I get x. Solve for x. 4x minus 8 is divided by 12, and I get x. Tyrone.
5.
Solve for x. Dundas. Get minus 1. 1/5 of x plus 8 gives x. Solve for x. Kevin.
It's equal 8/5.
No. Niagara.
Ringing.
Tyrone.
8.
10. Nuclear science. By bombarding uranium with neutrons, 3 German... Tyrone.
Nuclear fission.
That's correct. In 1945, I'll do the whole question just in case there was any. 3 German chemists, Otto Hahn, Lise Meitner, and Fritz Strassmann, produced 2 middle-sized atoms. They called the process fission. Okay. In 1945, the United States exploded the first atomic bomb near...
Alamogordo, New Mexico.
Got it. Calder Hill was the site in which the world's first full-scale nuclear plant began operations in 1956. In what country is Calder Hill, Kevin?
United States.
No. Niagara.
United Kingdom.
Movies. We would like you to identify the following novels which have become motion pictures of the same name. 2 movies have stemmed from what utopian novel by James Triss?
Shogun.
By James Hilton. One of the 9. Heather?
Paradise Lost.
No, we were looking for Lost Horizon. What romantic novel by Charlotte Bronte features an English governess? Heather?
Jane Eyre.
Director Roman Polanski filmed what Thomas Hardy? Rob?
Return of the Native.
No.
Filmed what Thomas Hardy novel telling the tragic story of an English milkmaid? Niagara. Tyrone.
Test of D'Iberville's.
The screen version of what Steinbeck novel featuring Tyrone?
The Grapes of Wrath.
That's right. Henry Fonda, Jane Darwell both won Academy Awards in 1940. Words. All of these words, the answers begin with the letters B-O-L. So that should help you with your answers. What's the monetary unit of Venezuela? Kevin?
The Bolivar.
What's the Spanish dance usually accompanied by, George? Usually accompanied by castanets. Lawrence. Natasha.
Bolero.
Located in North Century Italy, what is the province of the Emilia-Romagna region?
Bologna.
You got it. Hey, ships. The classic sailing ship of the 19th century, renowned beauty as well as speed, had a long, slim hull, a projecting bow, and many sails set on 3 masts. What kind of ship? Tyrone.
Schooner.
St. Lawrence area. Dundas. Heather.
Italian.
It was a clipper. In 1954, the United States a submarine, which was the world's first nuclear-powered, Kevin.
The Triton.
First nuclear-powered bull. What was the name of its boat? Niagara. Tyrone.
Nautilus.
In 1969, what U.S. ice-breaking tanker successfully navigated the Northwest Passage? Supertanker Manhattan. Conway Twitty is primarily associated with what music? Kevin.
Country and Western.
The radiating surface of the sun is called? Kevin.
The chronosphere.
Niagara.
Okay.
One Centennial.
Clear, please.
Clear.
Tyrone.
The corona.
Photosphere. What is the name given to a runless sled? Rob.
A toboggan.
Who's the Panamanian head of state? Tyrone.
Guillermo Andorra.
In what country would I be if I were spending local currency, the drachma? Kevin.
Greece.
Okay. The assigned questions follow a couple of important announcements as Reach for the Top continues.
In Japan, there are
Wow. They're an enthusiastic group. Paul, at the half, where's the score officially?
At the half, we are Niagara area with 150 and St. Lawrence with 190. So they're only 40 points ahead. It's a very tight game.
Very,
Yes.
very much so. Just before we get on to the assigned questions, I'd like you to meet a student spokesperson here, Jamie Pridmore from Lancaster High School, just outside Hamilton. Jamie, what's happening?
Thank you very much, Mark. On behalf of all the students involved at Reach for the Top, I'd like to thank the University of Western Ontario right here in London and CFPL Television for their hospitality and outstanding arrangements for our comfort. Special thanks to Pat and Sandy Stewart and Paul Russell for their organization as everything can run very smoothly. Members of all 24 teams have had a great time, and it certainly has been a memorable experience. Now back to the game.
Thank you, Paul. Wow. How many years' experience in television do you have, Jamie? The job offers are going to start coming in any minute now. All right. On to the assigned question, wherein each individual member from each team is pitted against his opponent in the other team to see who comes in with the correct answer first. We're 10 points here. We're going to try a couple of questions on Rob and Tyler. First of all, gentlemen, what's the name of the boy whose upbringing is the subject of a 1762 book on education by Jean-Jacques Rousseau? Boy's name is Emile. Same two guys, with whom does Pip fall in love in Great Expectations? Rob?
Estella.
Right, that's right. Estella Havisham. Okay, Chris, what character did Larry Hagman play in the TV series? Kevin?
JR.
Jay?
Ewing.
Thank you.
So simple.
Okay, Kevin and Chris, who was the heroine and title character of Charlotte Bronte's 1847? Kevin?
JR.
All right, Natasha. Tyrone. Who was a villainous pickpocket in Charles Dickens?
Bacon.
Yes, you got to pick up pocket too. What was the name of the hotel owner played by John Cleese in the 1970 BBC TV series? Basil Fawlty of Fawlty Towers. Okay, Heather, George, which pipe-smoking boy did Mark Twain introduce with the adventures of, Heather?
Huckleberry Finn.
1876. Which Stone Age couple created by the Hannah... George.
Fred and Wilma Flintstone.
Right, first appeared 1960. Famous scientists now panel. American Robert Woodward won the 1965 Nobel Prize in what category? Kevin.
Chemistry.
In 1944, Woodward was responsible for the first synthetic production of what alkaloid used in the treatment of malaria? Quinine, or quinine if you prefer. Woodward was also responsible for the synthesis of LSD. LSD stands for, Kevin? Niagara area. Time's up, Kevin. Niagara, any idea? LSD stands for lysergic acid diethylamide. 1990 events. Answer these questions on the events of the native conflicts in Quebec near Chauguay. In late August, Prime Minister Brian Mulroney allowed the use of the Canadian Armed Forces to exert pressure removal of the Mohawks barricade. Tyrone?
On the Mercier Bridge.
Later, soldiers and Mohawks together began to dismantle the barricades. However, this was temporarily halted when Quebec Premier Bourassa issued a statement saying that what group had pulled out of talks. Tyrone?
Mohawk Warriors.
I accept that.
Okay. Six Nations Iroquois Confederacy. Early that week, a mob of frustrated commuters on the north side of the bridge stoned cars leaving the Mohawk Reserve. Name the reserve. Bob.
Kanawaki.
On to aircraft. Charles Lindbergh flew his airplane solo. Kevin?
Spirit of St. Louis.
Built by Howard Hughes, this huge, Natasha.
The Spruce Goose.
This twin-engine Cessna was flown every week in the popular television program Sky King. Your parents enjoyed this popular television program. I don't know if any of you guys ever saw. It's the bird, the plane was called the Songbird. Here's a who am I question. First clue correctly answered worth 40 points. I was born in 1944 in Rücken, Germany. Not much of a clue. Tyrone.
Helmut Kohl.
Any idea, St. Lawrence? Okay. I studied classical philology at the Universities of Bonn and Leipzig, and in 1869 was appointed to the chair of classical philology at the University of Basel, Switzerland.
Hegel.
No. St. Lawrence? Some of my lesser-known works include The Birth of Tragedy and The Case of Wagner. 20 points. Who am I? Bob.
Bertold Brecht.
Niagara. Some of my other works include Thus Spoke Zarathustra, Tyrone,
Rich Strauss.
Beyond Good and Evil, and The Antichrist. My name is associated with such ideas as the Superman and God is Dead. St. Lawrence area. Who are we talking about here for 10 points? Friedrich Nietzsche. Classical music. Listen to the following excerpts. Identify the composers. That's the first piece. Tyrone.
Rossini.
That's correct. The overture to William Tell. Let's go to number 2. Also known for his wedding march. Who wrote this, Natasha?
Wagner.
Wrote the Italian Symphony. That's not correct. Tyrone.
Mendelssohn.
Mendelssohn's Italian Symphony. Number 3. What Italian composer wrote this operatic overture? Tyrone?
Verdi.
That's right, Verdi's overture to Sicilian Vespers. Well done. Okay, 280 for the St. Lawrence area Dundas crew against 210 for Centennial. Let's see how we do on this open history question here. Since 1945, there have been 4 U.S. presidents who have belonged to the Democratic Party. Tyrone?
Harry Truman, John Kennedy, Lyndon Johnson, and Jimmy Carter.
That's a hat trick, 20 points for Centennial and Centennial Welland. Current events in South Africa, panel. Since the release of Nelson Mandela, white extremists belonging to the neo-Nazi Afrikaner resistance movement have threatened to kill him. Who's the leader? Kevin.
De Klerk.
No.
No. Welland Centennial.
Verwoerd.
No.
Eugene Terre Blanche. They have very graciously given me the phonetic pronunciation of this one. However, there's been fighting between the ANC and the rival black groups, most noticeable the Tyrone.
Inkatha.
No.
Mostly the Zulus. Who's the leader of the Zulus? Rob.
Bafuto.
No.
This is the one they didn't give me the pronunciation on. Chief Mangosuthu Buthelezi. Terre Blanche you can pronounce. Whose trial has caused the loss of court? Tyrone?
Winnie Mandela.
Lots of support for the ANC. History. Between the World War... Oh, no time for history. We're going to close things off with the Snappers panel. Let's see how we do here. What French poets' major works include Les Fleurs du Mal and Les Épaves? Heather.
Baudelaire.
Say again.
Baudelaire.
That's correct. In pre-revolutionary France, commoners in the Estates General were known collectively as... Tyrone.
Third Estate.
Which Middle Eastern lake is the world's lowest in elevation? Tyrone.
The Dead Sea.
What is the name of the 13-stringed instrument prevalent in Japanese music? George.
The Kodo.
The collective noun for which bird is a parliament? Natasha.
Owls.
In what movie did Al Jolson say, "You ain't heard nothing yet, folks"? Chris.
The Al Jolson story.
Ain't heard nothing yet, folks. St. Lawrence area.
The Music Man.
The jazz singer. At what temperature Fahrenheit does water freeze? Tyrone. Fahrenheit.
32.
Who was the navigator from St. Malo? The discoverer? Tyrone.
Cartier.
Canadian poet and novelist wrote Life Before Man? Natasha.
Margaret Atwood.
What is the major language of Cyprus? Tyrone.
Turkish.
Cyprus. St. Lawrence area. Kevin.
Greek.
What is the location of the 1992 Summer Olympics? Chris.
Barcelona.
From what language does the word tundra originate? Tundra. Tyrone.
Inuktitut.
No. St. Lawrence area.
Sanskrit.
No.
Fish. What is the Japanese term for a destructive ocean wave? Usually, Kevin.
Tsunami.
What U.S. college football game is usually held annually in Kevin?
The Rose Bowl.
How many events are there in a decathlon? Kevin.
10.
Who was the first Canadian settler known to support himself from the soil? Natasha.
Louis Hébert.
If a person is anemic, what mineral might...
Iron.
Natasha.
Iron.
Which star of Going My Way was born Harry...
Bing Crosby.
W.A.C. Bennett was leader of which? Tyrone.
Sulfuric.
Which Babylonian king destroyed? Tyrone.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Well, metamorphosis. Heather.
METAMORPHOASIS.
No.
No. Niagara.
One.
Clear, please.
Clear them up. Tyrone.
METAMORPHOSIS.
What author's Madame Bovary was... She... Okay, time's up. Still take a short break, reach to the top. We'll be right back. Okay, what's the final score?
Final score is St. Lawrence area with 380 points and Niagara area with 330 points.
Thank you. Well played game, panel. Join us next week for Game 2 of the Provincial Finals here on Reach for the Top.
Reach for the Top is designed as a showcase for exceptional Canadian young people. We're proud to reward our outstanding contestants for their intelligent wit and powers of quick recall. Next week, Martin Grove Collegiate Institute Etobicoke will take on Ancaster High and Vocational School. See you next week for Reach for the Top.
Have a safe and happy holiday.